There are a whole bunch of marks on the sole of this cow's hoof, but how do I know exactly which one is causing the problem? Well, we'll answer that today. Welcome back to Nate the Hoof Guy. The answer is location and appearance. This is the problem up here, and it's because it's located in this junction between the sole and the outside wall. These other marks here, these are just surface imperfections. They're not related to anything structural. That's how I was able to zone in right on this particular mark. Now, let's excavate it and see what we find. When you find separation up above and a mark in that white line, they're almost always connected. So just working my way from the top down here, removing any of that loose separated horn to try to reveal what's underneath it. How do I know what needs to come away? What I'm looking for is any released horn. If it's loose, I can remove it safely. When I'm trimming these areas out, I don't want to leave any hard edges. So I'm going to slope those areas away and thin those margins just to create a nice transition between those two spots. As you look at this, can you see what happened here? Yep, you guessed it. This one healed all on its own. Well, well, what do we have here? Wow, what a hole. Name that movie line.
Casco com inflamação interna. Estava tudo oco por dentro e ela não conseguia caminhar direito. Provavelmente uma broca que começou pequena e se espalhou. Isso causa uma dor muito grande no animal e atrapalha até na produção. Estava bem inchado aqui, dava para sentir algo líquido por dentro. Vamos ver o que sai daqui. Fui retirando todo o excesso de casco. Esse pontinho escuro confirma que a broca aqui. Precisamos tirar tudo isso e extrair a inflamação, senão vai continuar causando dores. E para minha surpresa aconteceu isso. Estava com uma pressão grande, sujou todo o meu rosto, nem queira imaginar o cheiro que estava. Vamos tratar esse caso com todo o cuidado possível, aplicando medicamentos necessários para que a broca não se desenvolva. Acompanhe todo o tratamento no próximo vídeo. Você vai ficar surpreso com o tamanho do buraco que estava ali.
The right hind sensitive in the toe.
In the toe?
Yeah.
How sensitive?
Almost killed me. Yeah.
Dance without any shoes, she was barefooting. She was barefooting. She was bare.
This black horse is in extreme pain, but luckily this man is a horse expert, and he knows exactly where to look to relieve the pain. First, he gets his special horse tools and gets to work removing the horseshoe, but he still can't identify where the pain is because of all the dirt and debris stuck in the hoof. So he carefully removes the gunk without harming the horse, which gets rid of the pressure. But then the man runs into another problem. The frog of the foot, which is this part, needs trimming. So the man has to expertly cut away the right amount, but the horse is still in pain. So the man decides to cut the horse's nail to see if that would do the trick. It's super satisfying, and after doing a good job, the horse finally feels better, and its hoof is much more comfortable to walk on. What do you rate the pedicure?
When I began working on this hoof, it was obvious I was dealing with rocks, but I couldn't imagine just how many rocks were below the surface. Welcome back to Nate the Hoof Guy. Once one rock makes its way into the white line, it's easy for others to follow, and they continue to work their way underneath that sole until they have underrun it. That's what's happened here. I'm going to use my grinder here to give us a bigger access point to get all of these rocks out of there. Well, there's two, but there's many more to come. Every time I think I've got it flushed out, more rocks will reveal themselves. As I continue to trim, I can feel more coming into contact with my knife blade. And once again, it's another sizable rock. Maybe this rinse will finally do it, but I think we all know that is not the case. At this point, I was starting to feel like I was never going to get to the end of them. Now, I'll bet you're thinking to yourself, those rocks have got to be doing a number on those hoof knives. And they do, but there's really no way around that, and that's why I carry multiple knives with me each day, dealing with rocks and sand and things like that. They're going to get dull, just switch those knives up and move on. Now, even though this hoof was absolutely packed full of rocks, they really weren't the problem here. Likely what had happened is there was a white line issue back some time, and these rocks were able to find that defect and work their way all the way in there. Really, for the most part, this hoof is sound. There is a new layer of hoof horn there. There was just one small area of openness, so we did put a block on that other claw, and then we cleaned this area out really well and treated that one small little area with some salicylic acid and gave her a wrap, and that was going to be it. Just a little few touch-up trims here is all we have left to do, and this girl is going to feel a whole lot more comfortable. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you all on the next one.